When planning a trip to Paris, most people think that the best time to visit is in summer. In this episode, I'm going to show you why spring is a much better time to come. This is the time when Paris is in full bloom. I'll take you to the 15 most beautiful spots, from iconic landmarks to hidden gems and my secret spots that you won't find anywhere else. We have a lot of ground to cover, so let's dive in. Our first spot is a local favorite. Used to be a hidden gem, but became more and more known as it was featured in movies and TV shows. One of the most recent ones is Emily in Paris. And if you didn't guess it yet, the name is Palais Royal. And this is where we find the first trees to bloom in spring, magnolia trees. During the blossom time, it can be quite busy, but if you come in the morning, you definitely will find some peaceful time for a beautiful stroll. You can also grab a delicious coffee at Kitsune and enjoy a peaceful time around the fountain where you can sit, read a book, and have your coffee. The second spot is probably one of the most recognizable symbols of Paris, Eiffel Tower. If you want to combine sightseeing and cherry blossoms hunting, the area around the Eiffel Tower offers some of the most picturesque spring views in Paris. Cherry blossoms generally bloom from the late March to mid-April and offer you even more beautiful photo of this iconic view. And cherries are not the only flowers to see around the Eiffel Tower. It transitions from pink to red and to purple. A little after cherry blossoms, you can also see the chestnut trees that have these beautiful red blooms. And then it transitions into purple flowers with these beautiful trees called Paulownia. So this one definitely offers a much more flexibility around the dates where you can see this beautiful place in bloom. The next stop is one more iconic spot, the Louvre. While the Louvre doesn't have cherry blossoms, the gardens surrounding it are filled with vibrant spring flowers. It's an underrated spot for a peaceful spring walk away from the hustle of the museum crowds. And we continue on the iconic spots, and we couldn't miss the Notre Dame. It used to be one of my favorite spots during the springtime, and it had the most beautiful cherry blossoms in Paris. Since the fire, unfortunately, this place has been fenced off, and it's still true in 2025, but there is a high chance that it will reopen in 2026. And to give you a preview, here are some of the photos I took before the place got fenced off, and it's definitely something that has to be on your bucket list for your future travels. And it's also a perfect opportunity to visit the cathedral itself and climb up to the tower to see the beautiful view of central Paris. The next two are the bonus spots that are just a few steps away from the Notre Dame. With the Notre Dame gardens being closed, Shakespeare & Co. offers a beautiful alternative just across the street. This historic bookstore is an iconic Parisian landmark of its own, and with cherry blossoms framing the entrance, it's an incredibly picturesque spot which is equally popular among the photographers and book lovers. The bookshop is extremely popular, so there's always lines there. If you want to catch the best views of the cherry blossom trees in front of it, you definitely need to come early in the morning. And it also has a coffee shop attached to it that offers great coffee and an amazing view. The second one is also a few steps away from the Notre Dame, and it's kind of tucked away in the Ile Saint-Louis. This is a charming square that offers a very peaceful escape with the stunning views of the Seine. This location is not very well known, but it's also very popular among the photographers and filmmakers. And it makes a perfect transition to our next chapter, where we cover the best spots for a photo shoot. We're starting with one of the best places for cherry blossom photo shoot, Square Gabriel Pernay. It's tucked away behind this beautiful building, and because it's so iconic, it's also very popular. There's a high chance you will see a photo shoot going on whenever you visit this place, so if you want to have it all to yourself, morning is definitely the best time, or be ready for a little wait. This next one is not in Paris, but I would say it's even more popular than some of the places inside of the city. Parc des Sceaux is one of the best known places near Paris. It has this whole section with wide open lawns and low-hanging cherry trees, which makes it ideal for a photo shoot or a picnic. Since it's a popular photo shoot location, try to get here early or during the week to see this place a little less crowded. And while it's very busy, I can say that this is definitely one of those spots that are popular for a reason, because it offers a really unmatched image of cherry blossom trees. If you can make it to the Parc des Sceaux, Jardin des Plantes is another incredible photo shoot spot, and it's inside of Paris. It has these massive cherry trees that are really close to the ground and make it as stunning for a portrait shoot or just a walk enjoying these beautiful gardens. In addition to cherry blossom trees, there is plenty to discover, from the tulips lawn right in the middle of the park to the rose alley on the side, and these enormous grounds to cover, including the Museum of Natural History and the huge greenhouse with butterflies. So you will definitely find some beautiful views to enjoy. Now moving from popular to hidden gems and opening our next chapter, hidden spots and local gems. Starting with number 10, Anne Frank's Square. It's a hidden garden next to the famous Pompidou Museum. That is a very small and quiet garden, and it's almost never crowded. While the centerpiece of the square is this rose garden, it has this whole hidden section in the back that is covered in pink. It's definitely a really nice place to be, especially if you wanted to read a book or enjoy a quiet walk. The next spot is something that you would probably never come across unless you know about it. While it's very close to the Eiffel Tower, a short 10-minute walk, it's a part of a local neighborhood called the 15th arrondissement of Paris, and it has this unique perspective on line 6 of the metro that rises above the ground and has this look that you won't find anywhere else. A little further on the same metro line, you find another local gem called Allée Vivaldi. It's a very beautiful alley in a residential neighborhood that can be a lovely place for reading, walking, or taking beautiful photos. One more spot that is even more hidden, called Maille de Bièvre, tucked away in the 13th. It's a peaceful residential walkway which is lined with cherry trees. In April, it transforms into a dreamy pink tunnel, perfect for a quiet stroll. We're now Sunday in the middle of the day and this is in full bloom, but because it's a neighborhood spot, it's not crowded. Just look how gorgeous it is. It's just crazy to me that it's not known because it's just a perfect little alley. If you just venture out a little bit further from the common touristy spots, you can find some hidden gems like this. For the last spot in this chapter, we're going back to the central Paris, to the Saint Eustache Church. It's a very central but overlooked spot. This church is right in the middle of Paris and it's actually pretty big, but for some reason it's just not as popular among tourists. But it's definitely a landmark that you should check out. It's free to visit and it's located right in the middle of Paris, so you won't be going out of your way while visiting other spots. And with this we have covered cherry blossoms and magnolia trees. Right after, there is another breathtaking bloom that takes over the city, is wisteria. Here are the 4 of the best spots to experience Paris draped in purple. For the first one, we're back to Notre Dame. This is the spot that is just a few steps away, and it's a restaurant named Au Vieux Paris d'Arcole. During the wisteria blooming season in mid-April, it's draped completely in these beautiful purple trees. This is one of the most Instagrammable spots in Paris, so as usual, if you want to have this place all to yourself, early morning is the best time to come. The second spot brings us back to the Eiffel Tower, and this is a picturesque bridge that has this amazing view. This is another spot that is very popular among the photographers, and for a good reason, because it offers this very unique perspective and very beautiful backdrop for a photo shoot, which makes it even more unique. Next place is located close to the Jardin des Plantes Botanical Garden of Paris, and it's a Paris Mosque. You'll find one of the most breathtaking wisteria gardens in the city, which is tucked away inside a building. Since it's a religious site, you have to make sure you're properly dressed and respectful while visiting, but if you're looking for a peaceful and magical setting, this is definitely something you should add to your agenda. And the last spot for this chapter is right outside of the Paris Museum of Photography. If you're exploring the Marais area, don't miss the stunning backdrop for the photos. You can definitely combine it with seeing some photos inside the museum. This is probably one of my favorite wisteria spots in Paris, and if you see it in person, you will definitely understand why. And this concludes our tour of my favorite spring spots in Paris. Feel free to ask any questions, I'll be happy to help. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.